Hey guys, on today's Board Game Rundown, we're going to talk about Borderlands, Mr. Torgue's Arena of Badassery that's now on Kickstarter.
We're also going to talk about new games available from our friends of the Grand Gamers Guild and some Axes and Allies news.
We've got news on Tidal 2, Rise of the Unfolders. You should definitely check that out.
And some more in-depth news on Marvel Zombies Zombicide going into some gameplay mechanics.
Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Jason.
Yay! Today we got Jason from the Board Game Mechanics to be on the show for no particular reason. Actually, we got a topic that I think is pretty cool and actually is a nice... Jason will provide a nice juxtaposition on this like value in games between like Bob and I really specifically and what Jason values in games. I mean, Jason's frugal. If you listen to his show, he's frugal.
That's right.
A nice way to say it, right?
Cheap, yeah. That's the one.
Dan's broke.
That's an understatement.
Jason's frugal. And Bob has no kids.
Yeah.
So he can spend.
I got that adult money.
Yeah.
No responsibilities. Well,
What's that like? That's nice.
Yeah.
Lucky. But first, we're going to talk about some games we played. We'll get into a little bit of news, Kickstarter, and then the topic. What do we value in the board games?
Yeah. But first, make sure you like and subscribe so you get all the notifications when we release stuff because we're doing all types of videos all the time.
Yeah, actually, we will now just like and subscribe to the Board
Game Mechanics also. Yeah.
Because, Jason has a pretty okay podcast.
It's pretty okay. Yeah.
We'll have a link in the description. I do suggest checking it out before you like and subscribe, though. They might be terrible.
Yep.
Everything Dan says, you can just ignore.
Both valid points.
Also true. And also, we are teaming up with the Board Game Mechanics for a giveaway.
Okay.
So, Jason, what is our giveaway?
What are my giveaways?
Well, you can go over the whole thing.
All right, so I'm going to do 2 games. You guys are going to do 2 games.
Yeah.
And the games that I'm going to be doing on our channel is Clinic Deluxe Edition and Harry Potter House Cup Competition.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't pick those because they rhymed. It's just the way that it worked.
Right.
But it does help.
You guys are also doing some games. I can't remember, so I'll let you take that.
Okay, so it's Harry Potter Codenames
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and Machikoro Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, nice.
And so, Jason, you set it all up. It's going to be a Gleam giveaway.
Correct. Yeah,
And-
it's Gleam. There's multiple ways to enter. I think your guys' is through like Twitter entries and YouTube views, subscriptions, all that kind of thing. And mine's going to be kind of like the same deal, but I also have a Facebook that I want you to go check out. So I can't link your Facebook. Could you guys have like a group? And it will allow you to do that.
Yeah. Our page is funky because I adapted a board game group page that I was running into the Board Game Rundown because when I first started the show, it was sort of like a built-in like, hey, there's a big old group of people I talk to. So it's not ideally set up, but it serves its purpose. But anyways, so we are going to be giving away those games, and I'm super excited. Hopefully people can win some stuff.
Right? Participate.
Several of the games were donated by Pat and Julia.
Nice.
So
awesome people.
Patrick Olmstead, thank you very much.
Olmstead
And-
Law.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you're in the Indianapolis area or you're into board games, man, look him up. He does a lot of board game stuff.
Like you're trying to get your own thing, like trademarked or whatever.
He's done work for high-profile people that I will not name here, but I love a lot of Martin Wallace games.
Yeah, me too.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, so games we played, guys.
Yeah.
Bob, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Oh, no, let me go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Spencer.
Nothing.
No, you played at least 2.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention those. I'll actually go next only because mine, neither of are technically board games. They are tabletop games, and they are the nerdiest. Talk about the nerd week, okay?
Okay.
Well, technically the nerd 3 weeks because
All
I
right.
was out sick for a while, as you guys probably didn't notice.
We tried not to.
I just had too much on my plate this week.
So this was before I got sick, but so we did play D&D.
Go on.
Well, he said nothing. He played nothing.
No, I
That's him going
Well,
first.
we got 2 games. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got it.
well, that's
No,
all of
it's
us
fine.
together.
That's all of us.
So,
That's all of us.
Keep going.
So I played Dungeons and Dragons again with my family before.
Nice.
That was before I got sick. So that was cool. We played more into that, and just a great time getting them all into this and trying to see these people role play and like get into it. It's just a fantastic experience. It's really awesome to see people make that jump when they're completely not comfortable with the idea at first. It's so awesome.
So that was before you got sick?
Yeah, that
so,
was- that
So you
was-
failed your Constitution save throw.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Which is funny because my constitution is like huge.
It's average.
But and then because there was literally nothing else for me to do when I was at home, I found a website where you can play for free. I've been playing the hell out of Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Cue Bob's board look.
It's it's just so nice to have access to every card and be able to just play against bots, for free.
sure,
Like if I had to pay for it, I wouldn't do it, but just playing for free, it's been really nice. Just like getting back into my childhood and just being like, hey, and I could not do modern stuff at all. Honestly, I don't like the way the game has gone, which is what a anti-meta douche and stuff. But it's just so like the game is so designed around summoning 50 monsters a turn and like one turn killing your opponent before they even take a turn. It's just not fun. I don't like that kind of stuff. But like going back old school and just playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just been fun. But that's literally all I've played for the last 2 weeks is Dungeons and Dragons and Yu-Gi-Oh and slept. So yeah.
So it's like you're a teenager. again.
Yeah, basically. That's what happens when I get sick, I guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
we all regress a little bit. So Friday I took a half day off work, and Ben came over early, and we actually played through an entire Descent. Yeah, because usually he gets over late, and we play for a couple hours. We put it on pause, come back to it. We actually played start to finish the next campaign thing. Yeah, and it was
Nice.
it's great. Yeah, it's so cool.
We're
Yeah.
getting back in soon. We are getting back in it soon.
Thank you.
Yep, good times. And then I played a lot of Magic the Gathering, actually like in person, and that was fun. Which reminds me to make sure you check out our sister channel, the MTG Rundown.
Yes.
Yeah, and because they're starting up and putting some videos out. Get on there.
Yeah,
and
they've
check 'em
got
out.
2 up as of right now when we're filming. I've watched the first one, and I watched it start to finish. Really liked it.
Yeah.
Even though I only play on the app. I only play
Yeah.
MTG Arena.
I've been telling everyone, including them, I don't care about Magic the Gathering at all. It's really funny because I mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bob rolls his eyes, but then he plays Magic the Gathering all the time. Same freaking thing. But it really is. I watched it. I watched both episodes, beginning and end. They're super entertaining. They know what they're talking about. I liked it a lot. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got to the games that we played together.
Okay.
today.
Jason, do you want to go before we get into our last 2, I guess?
Yeah, sure. I have a few. I played DC Deck Builder Confrontation, which
Oh,
is
I-
like the team version.
Okay, I haven't played
okay.
Confrontation, but you had me at DC Deck Builder.
Yeah, you did. You
It's
had it.
cooperative?
Yeah, you play with one other player, and you're trying to eliminate the heroes or villains on the other player's team.
So this is like the like
team up.
Batman v Joker, or is it Green Lantern versus Sinestro? Is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was like basically any character we wanted to be. We just picked a couple,
Oh, okay.
and then I was me and Katie on a team, and then my friend and his wife on a team. And we were
okay.
just duking it out.
Okay.
Sure.
That sounds great.
It sounds better
I love
than
team games like that.
the
Yeah,
terrible
yeah,
game
teams
DC
are
Deck Builder. I'm just kidding.
I actually like DC Deck Builder regular. This was a little too mean for me, but
Really?
that's-
It was more.
But it's okay to be mean when I figure like you're on like just like opposite teams. Like when you have like multiple people and trying to just single out one person you
Right.
need to kind of like
That's
I don't
really-
care for that. Yeah, but when it's just like one team versus the other team, you want to be as mean as you can. And who cares? Because it's the one other team. You know,
Right.
you're not like king making or anything like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Then I played a couple Martin Wallace games.
Excellent.
Study and Emerald, which I just got in a trade, which is like his deck builder.
Did you get
weird
the first
Cthulhu.
edition or second edition?
Second.
Okay.
First edition's impossible to find.
Yeah. I was curious.
And then I played Via Nebula.
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
yeah, yeah.
nice. Did you ever play yours?
I haven't played mine
Yeah,
yet.
I played mine. I thought that was an interesting little pathing mechanic or whatever you want to call that. In that where you have to like string the resources together and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of functions like brass, but super light. It's like
yeah.
I say super light, but it's lighter than brass.
Oh,
but
it's
the same
way
kind of
lighter than
mechanism.
brass,
You're
yeah.
doing meadows instead of train tracks, and you're getting
Okay.
your resources to your building
Yeah,
site.
I guess that's a good point. I played both and I didn't even think about them together, but probably because they're just on such different levels. Yeah.
Different
Yeah,
crunch
Via
level.
Nebula looks amazing. Brass looks like brass.
Well, old brass.
What?
Old brass.
New
Old
brass
brass,
looks
yeah.
good. I like the.
No. You're talking to Jason.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
old. It's
Yeah.
old. It's
No,
that guy on the cover that's like that
yeah.
or whatever.
It's awful. Yeah. Okay.
None of that new brass junk. And I also played Rolling Realms from Stonemeyer.
Oh,
like
nice.
Roll and Write.
Yeah.
It's basically a roll and write of all of their board games. So every little card is one of the games that they have, and you're trying to score the most points over 3 rounds. Or you can play solo, which is like a mini golf, 18-hole mini golf thing, where it just tells you what boards to play, gives you some new rules and all that kind of thing. So
Okay.
So
That's
it's
what I
totally
did.
a meta version. Of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
roll.
It looks interesting to me. I want to try it out, but I mean, mainly because I like Stonemeyer so much, right? Their games and stuff. But I want to check it out because I've been watching a lot of videos on him. The last few months of Stegmeyer's YouTube channel has basically been him teaching the different games and playing a bunch of games of that and showing it off and everything. And it has a print and play like free version, I believe, that you can do and everything. So yeah, I want to try it out. It looks pretty cool for a little roll and write.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so today, Jason, I know you played one of these. We played Picture Perfect today for the
That's a
first
great
time.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I like Katie's description where she said it's Sudoku with people.
pretty much.
You know, where you're trying to.
Like so many people in this row and this column and
Yeah. I thought we all rated it and reviewed it pretty highly.
We'll have a review coming out really soon, right there, when
it
it's
is.
available.
In Spencer's ear.
Yeah.
But yeah, Picture Perfect was a ton of fun. And then Spencer got his Kickstarter copy of MiniSteel, which it's kind of funny that you're here because that might have been the first person that reached out to you and you're like, this doesn't sound like my kind of game, but my buddy Tim might like your game. Because I remember, I think they're the first ones that you sent our way, and then we're like, yes, please. And then it turned out we really liked it. So it worked out really well.
Yeah.
I don't know that you would like it as mean as it can be.
Yeah.
It sounds like something I wouldn't like, yes.
But it's like 15
There's no
minutes.
tracks, no
That's
tracks.
true.
The art's pretty
Cards
basic.
are miniature, though.
Oh, so he hates miniatures.
Yeah, he hates
and there's no tracks.
Yeah, so strike 2. Yeah.
But the art isn't like overly complicated.
Yeah, it's
so you
perfect
probably,
for
that's a
what it is.
plus.
saving
in your-
grace a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's just you're drawing cards off everybody's drawing off the same deck, and you're trying to combo some stuff together and knock everybody out before you go down.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fun. We all had a good time with it. So that's all the games we played.
That's all the games we played.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, dip the toe into some industry news real quick.
Yeah.
Tidal Blades RPG.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Rise of the Unfolders.
Yes.
Right?
They ended up talking about that during the game, how it was coming.
So they're announcing that. So they're announcing soon at a
On the 10th.
on the 10th.
Yeah, out there.
That their Kickstarter is
Skyboard
going to
Holiday Expo
right.
2021.
They're announcing that their Kickstarter
Is announcing.
is going to start on February 22nd of
Yep.
2022.
2022.
222.
Yeah.
222. All the twos. So yeah, if you're a big fan of Tidal Blades and like that whole like
The art and the
world
lore
and everything, and there's also going to be some board game stuff tied in with that Kickstarter. So it's not just the RPG. So if you're not into RPGs,
Still check it out.
don't ignore it.
But it's like not only is it a campaign style RPG kind of game, it really delves into the lore of it. So if you liked reading those cards and stuff, then I would recommend that.
And I did enjoy that. Like I liked the
Yeah.
art.
I was
it's
gonna
got the same
say,
art.
I don't know how much I care about the world building, I guess, of that, but I mean, I do like the game, I do like the art.
I hate the
Could be
setup.
interesting. Yeah, I hate the setup.
This is going to
I
be a
was-
totally different kind
I
of
was-
game. So.
No, yeah. No, I
was
need
way
to
more
actually.
excited about this until you said it was an RPG.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Like,
see,
I love Tidal Blades, but this does not seem interesting at all. I'm almost regretting posting this on the page because of that.
oh no.
no.
But they're gonna have board game stuff like involved in the Kickstarter. So I don't know if that means
Like
that there's an
expansions or
expansion
something.
Oh
Yeah.
or if there's like another standalone thing. But that's one of the things they've been kind of like keeping in their pocket.
Right.
But they're like, oh well, don't worry if you're
We're
not a
not-
fan of role playing
yeah.
games because we still have some stuff coming for the just board game fans.
Right.
Yep.
Did you guys see Fantasy Flight announced a new Game of Thrones game
Ooh, I did not.
called Game of Thrones Betwixt?
Oh, I did see that.
What's
So it's 3 to 6 players. It's like a bidding, auction, political, like hand management kind of game.
Okay.
And so it looks like it plays pretty fast. Like it's not a really like overly long
Not like the other.
game. Not like the board game.
Yeah.
It says you're going to play as one of the 9 iconic characters, blah, blah, blah. So
Sure.
that's obviously Starks, Baratheons, Lannisters, blah,
Yep,
blah, blah,
all
right?
them.
All of them. And then, it sounds like you're trying to like recruit political factions to your hand or whatever, and then you're playing things. I don't know.
Isn't this a reskin? I thought Betwixt was a thing.
Oh,
and This
maybe.
is Game of Thrones Betwixt.
I don't know.
I might totally be
kind of
wrong.
like Flux would be. Like
Yeah, I might totally be
So
wrong.
you like a
love letter
left
and stuff.
betwixt or a right betwixt?
Right.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, that's a candy joke.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
We didn't laugh because we didn't get it.
I had to point out how bad it was.
Right. No, it wasn't good. It definitely wasn't good. Then there's Endangered Species.
Yep, that's what I was going to talk about. Grand Gamers Guild announced on their page, and also you can probably go to your FLGS to get it ordered. Endangered New Species Kickstarter editions are for sale. Condors, Devil's Hole pupfish, jaguars, turtles, polar bears, elephants. Different
That's all in one box, right?
all in one box, yeah.
Wow.
Other playable roles that you can play, plus 6 new scenarios. There's a ton. It's like the price of like a full game, but you're getting like a full game. But it's also compatible with the old one, so that's
So if you like Endangered,
yeah, if you like
I do.
Endangered
It's
or
a-
tough co-ops in general, you could start with the New Species, and then if you like it, get the old one
So
too.
is New Species like a standalone expansion?
Yes.
Like if you buy that, you don't
You
need
can
to have OG
I'm like
Endangered.
95% sure.
Okay. I
It
didn't.
is.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's got that higher price point, right? And it
Right.
comes with both the new animals and the roles
roles
and
and
the
everything.
scenarios. So I think you can play with just that, but then you can also mix and match.
And they do have like a get everything bundle. As
Yeah,
well,
they got a
like,
bunch of different
available.
things like to check out. And
It's
like,
Grand Gamers Guild. Check them
Yeah,
out. They're It's a small like private.
Yeah,
company.
small company. Yep,
Yeah,
from
small
I think
publisher.
it's Michigan.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
up near Grand Rapids, I believe.
Yep.
Then, so Short Hop Games, Quest and Cannons, I believe their pledge manager is opening
open.
up.
Yep.
So if you are a fan or you missed out on it and now you want to try to get in on it, now's the time.
I think I talked
It-
about
it
that.
might
Yeah,
not be-
Short Hop Games on Backer Kit a couple
Okay.
weeks ago.
It might not be for you, but definitely check it out because it
So
might be.
cool.
It was really good.
Pick-up delivery with awesome components, and a lot of depth
Customizable
to them.
ships.
Customizable ships like dual-layer player boards.
And they made some changes that we pointed out in our video.
Yeah, so you got
I
to
was gonna
appreciate them
say.
listening to feedback.
Yeah.
That's-
Our name's somewhere in the booklet.
Well, yeah, pump the brakes on that one.
Yeah.
If I find a B,
Don't go telling people that because I don't
yeah,
think.
yeah, I'm just gonna find all the letters in the
Exactly.
rule book that spell out board game rundown and highlight, and I'll be like, oh my god, they mentioned us.
We're in there.
Da Vinci Code it. Kind
That's how we would get into the next mind management. Game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all my news.
I had one other small bit I wanted to talk about because I'm a huge Axis and Allies fan. 1942. It is out of the early release. It's into the full launch now. It's available on Windows, Mac, Linux, iPads, Androids. You can play the Axis and Allies 1942 on anything. It's cross-platform. It plays really well. If you're interested at all in like World War II and playing out those types of like strategy, like board games, Risk on Crack, basically, check it out because it plays really well. It's a ton of fun. You can play against the computer, beat up on them. There's a really nice tutorial to help get you through it to learn because there's a lot to kind of take in. And once you get good, they have ranked missions and stuff like that. And they do like different seasons. So like the season will be for like a couple of months. You can play in ranked missions to try to get like higher ranking and whatnot. And then after a couple of months, they reset the ranks and you can go again. So yeah, it's
right on.
pretty sweet, man.
And-
I'd play the crap out of that.
I was gonna say,
Also, right? Like any digital games that you're playing online, like Board Game Arena, things like that, get on our Discord and go, hey guys, anybody want a game? Because
Yeah.
not only just us, but other people in the, rundown community, you might be able to get a game going.
Yeah.
Tim just hopped on Fury of Dracula with someone.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep.
I did. It was pretty fun.
I was gonna say just a little thing about Bob play. Like, if you're ever friends with Bob on Steam, it's literally either he's offline or he's online for 3 or 4 days straight playing Axis and Allies.
It's true. It's true. Although to be fair, I have done some Gloomhaven in there now too, which is
Sure.
nice because
That's
that
true.
has released the iOS
Man, if
version.
that was on sale, I wish I could have hopped in
Yeah.
with you guys. I saw you and Levi play it. And I was like,
Yeah.
man,
So I
just
used to have to
can't
load into the
afford that
boot camp,
now.
right, and play on Windows and whatnot. But now that it's on iOS, it's much more smoother for me. And man, it's so pretty. It looks really good.
I got a couple small things. I don't know exactly what this means, but I saw, and again, I've been out for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't 100% know what you guys have covered, but
I don't watch
think-
the show.
Yeah, I don't think I was too sick. I don't think
Yeah.
you guys have mentioned. So I just saw that Flat River Group bought Greater Than Games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you guys talked about that, but Flat River Group is known for being a distributor, and they bought Greater Than Games, which we know for Sentinels of the Multiverse and Spirit Island. But so they were bought out by them, and basically it just
They're torching both of those IPs. No! They're erasing them all from
but it
existence.
looks like basically Greater Than Games is just like, hey, we're getting like better manufacturing and distribution equipment and stuff
Sure.
now, and we're gonna have like a higher budget or whatever.
Well, if anything, it
ceiling.
might be more, turn out to be a nice partnership.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it
Correct.
sounds like,
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I'm saying. And I guess I'll tack on really quick here. I think I heard Spirit Island just cracked top 10 BGG.
Nice.
I think it kicked out another game and it finally hit top 10.
Fantastic.
So,
yeah,
there
it's
you
a
go,
great
Bob.
game, co-op game. You can play it solo. Yeah, it's a good one. Like there's there's so many options, and I love the theme that you're just like, the spirit. You're playing the spirit that these locals in this island like worship and whatnot, and the invaders are coming in, and you're using your powers to try to chase them away and kill them off and whatnot to protect the island. I enjoy that.
And then the only other thing I have is I have some updated information on Marvel Zombies because I know we talked about that even last time I was here. So we've been
I
covering it
got
for a
the
couple weeks.
updated. Yes,
But I just had some more. I didn't.
10.
I probably don't have everything, so chime in if you want. But just a couple things that I honestly didn't know this when we talked about it almost a month ago because it was like when it was first announced or whatever.
Right.
But so you're actually playing as the zombies.
Yeah,
in this one.
I meant to talk about that. I forgot to write it down.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the what if kind of thing.
Yeah, you're playing as the zombies in this one, and the bad guys, like the
the
hordes you're
shield
fighting, are the
agents.
shield agents.
But there's like
And-
Pepper Potts like walking down the street.
like
You're trying to-
civilians and stuff. Yeah, and the abominations in this one are the actual superheroes. The uninfected Spider-Man and stuff will pop up, and they use their own powers against you and stuff like that. And they're designed in a way now to where they pop up way more often. It's not just like one abomination popped up this game and it was
That
terrifying.
sounds horrible.
They're supposed to pop up a bunch more.
Hopefully they're a little easier to
Yeah,
kill.
no kidding.
Also, there's no items in this game because just the way this stuff works is like, Captain America uses a shield, right? That's just how it works. So in this one, how it works is you get traits that are like temporary traits that you can use to boost your abilities, or a lot of them are zombie related. So you might get like a pounce attack kind of thing that you can get that has like a limited number of uses or something like that. So that's kind of how the items work in this one.
This is the second thing that it has going for it over any other Zombicide that might make me like really have to get it, because the first one is that it's Marvel Zombies.
Right. You're talking about the traits thing?
No, just that you play as the
Right.
zombies.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
What
cute.
a fantastic
That's
tool.
awesome.
Can you turn the heroes into zombies? So
It
they can
doesn't
fight
look like
for
it.
you?
I think you just kill them.
Yeah.
But the last thing then is there's a new mechanic in this one called Hunger, where you I don't fully know how this works, but your guys are zombies and you crave.
So you got to eat people.
To eat. And so you like slowly get weaker over time if you don't eat people. So you need to eat people, but the problem with that is eating people is not what you want to be doing. You want to be fighting them and stuff because eating them has its own drawbacks. You want to be using them for completing missions and stuff. So, but if you don't eat for too long, they word it in a way that you start losing control of your character. Your character will start having to do stuff that you don't want it to do and stuff. So
That's cool.
just a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
sounds interesting.
a lot of interesting mechanics going in here. I like the
Not
sound of this.
Just when I thought I was
Not
out,
just a copy
Hey,
and
pull
me
paste.
back in.
Not that I'll ever be able to afford this game,
Yeah.
but a lot of cool stuff sounding here. I mean, man, I wish I could get this game just for the miniatures. Having those zombie miniatures is incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't want to offend you.
No, you know what though? In the last bit of news, and then we'll got to get on to Kickstarters, because Jason's here, and Jason is the only one here that has played this. It is now on game store shelves. The Hunger.
Oh yeah.
I am dying to get a copy of this
Yes.
game, Jason. So, Jason, just explain like The Hunger real quick for us. You're muted.
Sorry, my kid was being crazy.
No, you're good.
Fine.
Yeah, the Hunger's great. It's a deck builder where you're also moving around a board, kind of Clank-ish. But in this one, you're taking on the role of vampire. You're trying to eat villagers. But the problem with that is you have to digest them to get them out of your deck. So they sit heavy in your stomach and they make it harder for you to move. They make it harder for you to get back to the castle. Because if you can't get back to the castle by sunup, you get burnt up.
Right, and the
Yeah.
further away from the castle, probably the better rewards kind of thing.
Correct.
Kinda like
Yes,
Clank
yeah.
would be,
But you
yeah.
can play the whole game just by going a little bit. But yeah,
No-
your
no one
options
wants
are
to play with
limited.
that
There's
guy.
some better stuff by going far away. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That sounds
right
super
on.
fun.
I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy
Yeah,
of that game.
that sounds
And
interesting.
I'm super excited about it. I was really happy to hear that when you played it, that you guys really liked it. So,
It's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
can play it, definitely play it.
Check it out.
right on. Right on. Okay, so crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
I didn't bring anything for crowdfunding because I just wanted
Yep.
to keep the list fast.
Okay.
Yep, I got a couple
got
light
one.
things.
Go for it.
Sure. So, which one do you have? So-
Harakiri?
Yep, go ahead. That was one of mine,
Yep.
so go ahead.
Harakiri Blades of Honor by Synergic Games.
Synergenic, I think.
Something like that.
Oh,
So it's going to be a co-op campaign-style game, 1 to 4 players, where you're in some kind of shogunate Japan, except the shogun is some evil demon and is slowly taking over Japan.
Harakiri. Yeah.
Yeah, Harakiri. I don't know if I pronounced that incorrectly. And so you're going to be exploring. There's a large map where you're exploring different locations, and in a different location. It's very much like Gloomhaven, where you go to that location, now you have these little tile maps. They're double-sided, and you have the little combat and stuff. You level up your characters over time. This one has this... 170 millimeter dragon. Like, it is amazing looking.
Fantastic.
Lord. Jason's in.
This game has the best D&D miniatures I've ever seen.
Yeah, they could be perfect for D&D miniatures.
Yeah, so what's the price point on this thing?
I got it right here.
You go for it then.
124 is the cheapest one. And it goes up to 350.
But 350
I'm gonna buy 2.
is not only all the expansions, it's all of the add-ons.
Yes.
It's everything.
I would hope so.
I mean, yeah. No, that's good. I'm sure there's value in that.
60 to
It's
150 minutes as well. And December 14th, the last day. So again, I talked about this recently. The reason I want to talk about this game is because it does something I really like, which is you are actually moving around on this big map and exploring and taking different roads. So you can take the safe road, or you can take the more dangerous roads where you might have to fight more monsters and stuff. And you're doing quests almost Gloomhaven-like, where you're pulling cards and answering things and doing stuff like that. But then some quests literally have you set up a different tiled board, and it's like, it might be like, oh, explore this village and figure out what's wrong, and you actually set up like this village board, and you're actually moving around on this board and having to interact with things on that board. Then it becomes almost Descent-ish in this little side game. And again, I talked recently about another the new Risk game doing that, because that's how an XCOM game would need to be, is having this secondary skirmish stuff going on.
Right.
And this is another game this soon doing it. I really like seeing
might be a
this
trend,
happen.
right?
Right. I just hope they work, because neither game's out yet that has this mechanic.
Yep.
So
Plus-
I really am looking forward to seeing if this works.
Yeah, plus, as the game goes on, the different campaigns, the evil demon Shogun is taking over more and more of the area. And so going into that area is more and more dangerous.
The one thing that's a little weird about this game, and it's even kind of weird for me to bring up, but I thought it's kind of being talked about a little bit, so I wanted to say it, is it's a little weird that I understand it sounds cooler, but evidently Harakiri is like the
Seppuku.
offensive way to say
Yes, it
seppuku.
is.
And I guess they just didn't call the game seppuku because Harakiri sounds cooler.
Yeah, people
you
know.
know?
You hear seppuku, people know what that.
But
kinda is.
I was doing some research and I'm seeing some people talk about it, and Harakiri is kind of like we don't say that word. Like Harakiri is the act of cutting yourself or whatever, to where seppuku is the honorable sacrifice, like kind of thing.
Sure.
Honorable suicide
right?
versus-
And so they don't really like using this word, and so I thought that was kind of weird. But at the, whatever, we'll see how it goes.
So one of the things your character can do is commit seppuku in order to do something to the bad guy. I think that's weird, but on
Right, and you get blessed by the gods, or whatever, to be able to
Yeah.
come back or something like
but
that.
on the actual Kickstarter page at the bottom, it says we do not condone self-harm. and
Well, that's
stuff like
good
that.
at least.
right.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so there's a lot of interesting stuff going in this game. The whole campaign
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Co-op
it
campaign.
drops May 2023 is when they're expecting it to.
Oh,
to get
geez.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so it's a
6 months.
ways
That's a long
away.
one.
Yeah, I heard that news about Voidfall too. I
So-
got the expected ship is like March 2023, and I'm like, oh my god.
But the thing is,
It's gonna be so. There's so much. It's gonna be so
March
cool. But
2023, but it's done now.
yeah.
Shipping is just that long.
And then everyone. This game just needs to be mentioned because the ridiculous fan base for Borderlands out there, right?
Oh yeah,
my
yeah. I
gosh.
mean, we had somebody in the Discord ask.
Yeah,
about it.
Borderland, Mr. Torgue's Arena of Badassery. Don't know if that's going to be bleeped or not.
Nah, it's fine.
By Monster Fight Club, who is evidently known for a lot of terrain stuff. I saw. I looked
Okay.
at their past Kickstarters. They do
Sure.
a lot of terrain stuff. But I don't have too much information on this game. It goes till December 23rd, 1 to 4 players, also cooperative. 60-minute playtime sounds really nice for this kind of game. And $85 to $135. But basically, this is like a Coliseum skirmish kind of game where you're working together to kill all these hordes of bad guys, and you're getting, Borderlands is a video game that's a looter shooter, right? It's one of those games where everything you do gets you some kind of crazy loot dropping on the gun, and you're constantly becoming better and better with skills and weapons and everything. So that's this game, right? Everything you do, there's just loot. You're drawing loot cards, you're becoming stronger and stronger, and you're kind of trying to prove to the boss bad guy that you are worthy, right? That you can stay alive in this Coliseum, whatever. But this game's gonna sell out like crazy. The Borderlands.
Well, I
is
mean,
huge.
it's a hot
What's his
IP,
name?
right?
Yeah.
Handsome
It's a big-
Jack or something like that.
Handsome Jack is one of the protagonists.
you refer to
or,
it as a looter
antagonists.
shooter.
Looter
shooter.
Yeah, that's
I like that.
it's
Yeah.
it's when the whole point of a shooter is just to get loot and get stronger and stronger. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So the last thing I guess is I like how the miniatures in this one are designed in a way to look like cell shaded. You know what I'm saying? To have that look. So I'm wondering if you're going to be able to easily paint them in that cell shaded look because the way the miniatures kind of
I
designed.
don't know the way the talent that people have. I would be surprised at nothing.
Well, yeah, you could paint anything cell shaded if you really try hard enough. I just like that the miniatures look like they're trying to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
You know.
It's got paint by numbers on there.
Right. But that's it. It's Borderlands.
Hope all these
Everyone knows
numbers are 3
Borderlands.
because they're all one color.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
No, that's good.
We're good.
All right. Well, let's
Jason
get
have
into
any,
our
Kickstarters?
Jason.
You have any
You got any
Crowdfunding?
Crowdfunding you want to talk about, or are you good?
No, that's not normally my world.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned all the big.
We figured we'd ask you
games
since you're here. You know?
We covered all the ones you would want to talk about.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
ones
the
that
minis
cost
one, that was his. Yeah, I was going to talk about
with
that.
a dragon this
Yeah.
big, and we talked about Marvel Zombies. So yeah, we're good. So our topic this week, I mean, it's a holiday season, right?
Yep.
What
season?
we all like spend various amounts of money, sometimes too much, almost all the time too
Mostly,
much,
yeah.
on board games and stuff. But like, what brings value to these games for you? You know, like what is it that when you're looking at a game and you're on the fence with buying it, it's like, what are you more willing to pay for? You know what I mean? What
Sure.
makes this game valuable to you? You know, so like Bob and I, for example, we love games with great components. It's not a must,
Right.
but obviously we might be willing
Prefer
to
that
spend a
a
little
little
bit
bit
more
more.
or
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
more for I've held out on buying a game because I want to get the better version.
Right.
Correct. Same.
The deluxe version or a Kickstarter
Yeah, to where
version.
Jason is like,
Just give me some
game has
cubes and
the
some tracks.
worst components you've ever played? I'm a big
I mean,
fan.
you're
Jason-
not wrong.
Jason's like a spiral notebook and 3 empty rolls of paper towel. Sounds
Cubes
great.
of wood.
Yes.
We're moving around. We're good.
But no, yeah. I mean, in all seriousness, though, like, what are some things that you guys, what brings value to games for you?
There's obviously the big ones like replayability and stuff, right? That I think everyone's going to mention. But I think the number one thing for me that I look for, which is why I don't buy games super often, I do a lot of research. I watch other people play the game. I will sit on YouTube and I will watch a full 2-hour playthrough of someone play a game because I want to see what that experience is like. Because for me, it's the experience. I want to know what experience I'm getting out of this. U-Boot is one of the best things I've ever played. I've played it one time. And I'll never forget it. That experience of that realistic submarine simulator thing and us working together and managing our food and everything. That's a mind-blowing experience to me. And that is what I look for and why I do so much research and I'm so stingy on picking games because I want to be able to walk away from every game I play with a story. Right. And some stories are going to be more intense than others. And so, games are designed that way. Not every game needs some crazy campaign. But, not every game... You don't need to walk away with a campaign. You just walk away with the story. I can't believe that happened. That was crazy. Even when we played MiniSteel, we walk away and we're just like, oh my god, you stole the
this,
shield,
stole that, stole this.
and like that is the one thing I want, and I will always do research to see what the experience I think I'm going to walk away with is, and if that experience is what I want, I'll buy the game. That's my number one thing for sure.
Jason, what do you got? What's
So, yeah, I disagree with Dan about story and experience. I don't care about any of that.
I know. We said paper towel rolls.
But I want a game that when I play it, it stays with me. So, for example, the game that I keep coming to, I actually broke my spending rule on it, is Belgian Beers Race.
Oh, yeah.
I played this game once, and every time I see it on the shelf, I just want to play it over and over and over because I like what it had to offer. I like everything that I was doing in the game. It just felt like a game that I wanted to keep exploring over and over and over and come back to as much as I can. And that's kind of what I want. If I'm going to sell out $60, $70 for a game, I want it to be a game that I want to play. I want to keep playing. So that's kind of my big one.
Yeah, it's similar. It's similar to what I was saying. It's just that it's you're more the in-game story than like the after-game story.
Right, yeah,
kind of thing.
that's true.
Yeah, Spencer, what do you got? What's something you value?
Well, I mean, obviously
Nemesis.
replayability, and you say experience. I was saying how fun it is. If I really enjoy the game, but beyond that, there's one more thing that I really value in a game, and that is how unique is it?
Okay.
Is this game unlike any other game I've played?
Is this a game about Celtic dice?
Oh wow! It's been like 6 months since I made a joke about that.
We were overdue.
We were overdue.
Thank you, Dan. You've done everyone here a service.
Oh, but there's so many games, especially
About Celtic
right
dice.
now, where we play it once and there's some new mechanic that we've never seen, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool. Now, sometimes the new mechanic is underwhelming, but usually it's a really cool thing, and the games are getting better and better at producing these unique things about
Well,
them.
you can't get away anymore with just like a reskin.
Yeah,
know
you
what I
can't
mean?
do another
Or-
Monopoly, and
Well, you
unless,
can't.
unless
They-
you call
they
it
will keep doing
Monopoly.
it. Right, right.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. I mean, like even today, right? We played Picture Perfect.
Yeah.
I've never played a game like Picture Perfect
Yeah.
before, right? I mean, there's games with similar aspects,
Sure.
right? But the actual like spatial organizing, the theme, like the theme is perfect for the game. Like I know you don't care about theme, but the theme makes sense for the gameplay though, right? It would be really hard to paste a different theme like on that game. You know,
you're a spy looking for the double agent.
That unique mechanic is pretty neat.
And I have to admit about the theme. Sometimes I'll buy a game because I'm like, I like the story.
Nice.
Right. I like the
That's the thing after replayability that most people will mention, right? Most intelligent, good people who play board games will mention replayability.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
and then go straight to like the IP or something, right?
Yeah,
like, oh well, it's a Star Wars game. I'll buy it, right? Like that's a classic thing for I think most people.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like fun IPs. That's something I really look for, right? Like I love Star Wars games and things like that. Unique mechanics. Like I love unique mechanics. Like I enjoy worker placement. I enjoy spatial games. I enjoy deduction. Like new and interesting ways to mix those up. Like that's something that I enjoy and I look for. And then like a big thing is like the entertainment dollars. Like I think about like, okay, if I go to the movies, I'm gonna spend X amount of money for so many hours of play. But if I can buy this board game, and I might spend $100 for it, but I'm getting like a couple $100 of entertainment out of that.
Like your Gloomhaven has paid for itself.
Oh, well, considering I won a free copy, technically,
right.
way more than itself. Yeah,
but I mean,
along
you
those
spent
lines,
$100 on a Gloomhaven.
correct. But I've played it so many times
Yeah.
and so many hours that it's like okay, so basically I've paid 30 cents an hour to play this. That sounds fantastic,
right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I so like another thing for me then is the how so U-Boot, right, is an amazing experience. Super hard to get to the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, one of the things I do value in a game, if I'm going to buy it, is like, who am I going to play it with, and like how often am I going to get to play it, right? So like a game like you missed out on this one, you will get to play it in the very near future because we all loved it. But like Blank Slate,
Oh yeah.
like Blank Slate.
Oh yeah, you love that
That
game.
was good.
was so much
already put
fun.
that on my list.
Like, and it's like a just one kind of game,
Right.
Except you're trying to match other people and not match.
Oh, okay.
But you get more points if you only pair with one person.
Right.
So, but anyways, it's a fantastic, super easy, right? And it's a cheap game. But you can get that. You will play that game 1,000 times. You know what I mean? Like
kind of like that. Just one. Yeah.
Just one is like a similar thing. Now it doesn't have to be that simple. Right? Like, so Lords of Vegas, Jason. Lords of Vegas. I spent.
Yeah, good.
I bought it aftermarket. I did not spend as much as Bob did.
But I got a really nice copy though.
I didn't spend
Components.
I didn't spend a third.
leather briefcase. No,
I didn't spend a third of what Bob did, but I did buy it and probably paid almost twice what it was retail.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what it was retail, but probably was close to double, right?
Okay.
Because it's around the $100 range. I didn't pay that much.
Yes.
But anyways, but that is a game that everybody that I play that with, except Dan, has had an amazing experience with.
So like what smart people tend to gravitate.
Yeah,
to.
like,
Real gamers like that.
Yeah. People that like good games,
Right.
And it, like, because you guys even on your show, like, we're talking about, like, I mean, you're doing your top 100, and Lords of Vegas is in there, and you guys, I'm just like a proud papa because I'm like, they played this game one time with me. And, they had like an amazing experience, right? And it's like, this game's so good.
You still haven't played it with me.
Friends and family.
But like Lords of Vegas is a game that like I spent more than I
normally
wanted
would,
to.
sure.
But after you and I played it, it's like
it's
I
so
gotta
much fun.
I gotta figure out how to get a hold of this game. And so it was worth the investment.
Yep.
And yeah, I played that game over Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? With new people. It's like that and Quacks of Quedlinburg. Like if I roll into like a family get together, I have those two games in my bag. If not both is getting played.
Yep.
And it's without a doubt so easy to get it on the table. And so that is a huge, like, don't get me wrong. I think U-Boot, I'm dying to play it.
Yeah.
Own
Me
it.
too.
Have not played it. I love
really difficult to get to the table.
I love great experiences, right? But yeah, haven't gotten it to the table where like some of those games, because like it doesn't have to be as light as Just One or Blank Slate, but like Taverns of Tiefenthal and Quacks, like Lords of Vegas, it's like, man, like.
Yep. No, I totally get it. I don't agree, but it's not for. I'm just saying it's not for like a crazy reason or something. I just I don't know. I don't care internally. It's the experience I want. So if I play one game once and it blows my mind, and I play another game 50 times and it's okay. I don't care, right?
You really have the one mind blowing experience,
right? Like I think sometimes people rate games too highly because they say, oh, well, I can get it to the table anytime I want. I'm like, yeah, but it's a crap game. So I don't care that I can get it to the table.
I mean,
whenever
I don't know
want.
that would never be the sole reason.
Right, of
But,
course.
like,
It's
But-
a gear.
Yeah.
But it'd be better if you had a really good game that you get to table often.
Of course,
versus
that's the
really good
perfect
game.
right. Dune Imperium
The
is a
unicorn.
nice middle ground,
Yeah.
right? It's a super interesting, fulfilling storytelling game, but then it's easy to get to table. It's just a worker placement deck building game, right? So I get it. It's definitely a nice mixture. I was asked recently to list my top 3 games, just like kind of off the top of my head. I didn't really put too much thought into it, and the first 2 were easy because they've been going back and forth forever. But like, so I wound up saying, close your ears, Jason. But I wound up saying Twilight Imperium, Nemesis, and Blood on the Clock Tower, and it's just because those games will never not give a story. I mean,
know.
I
It's true.
still tell the story of my first game of Twilight Imperium from like 8 years ago. It's still a story I just tell people because it is.
They've
it
never
is-
given me a story.
Right. Well, you have to play it. But yeah. But Blood on the Clock Tower, man, the people just, you see crazy. I mean, any social deduction, big werewolf type game, right? You're gonna have some crazy story of like, oh my god, I can't believe he picked that person on night 3 and this happened, and
In that sense, it's not just an experience; it's a social experience.
yeah. Well, and that's something that Twilight Imperium has that I think people that don't play don't realize is that social. The reason I like Twilight Imperium so much, again, the story that I always tell. Halfway through that game, I had an in-depth political conversation about someone about Levi getting too many votes in the next election and if he took control of a certain planet, and I was like, what am I talking about? Like, this is insane that my brain cares this much about this, and it changed my life in the gaming world, you know. And I mean, Nemesis, not as deep as that, but we'll always have some crazy story of
Bob and I
man,
have a nice horror
I
story.
shoved my friend into the room and I locked the door on him and I
Yeah.
set it on fire.
Right? Yeah, that's happened.
And
Like,
then
literally all
I
those things have
set
happened.
the self-destruct. It's just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then that person blew the door down with their explosive.
I'll
and-
always tell the story the first time I played with Jonathan and Caleb, and he was out. Jonathan was out to
Oh,
kill
yeah,
the two
yeah.
of us.
I remember this.
And he was the scientist, and he kept like closing off rooms and trying to get us to vacuum out. And eventually, we locked him in a room with the queen, and the two of us got an escape pod and got the hell out of Dodge.
Nice.
It was great.
Awesome.
And it's just a story no one's
Yeah.
ever going to forget, you know? And that's,
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I think that the nice thing, right, is that this list is very subjective.
Oh, yeah,
right? You
sure.
know, everybody's
everybody's
bringing-
different. Yep.
It, like so I own a copy of Ubu because one day I will play it. I own a copy of Feudum. Have not played Feudum yet, but I am
You feel
dying to
like
play Feudum.
barfing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think I love the art. I love the design. It
hate
looks
the art.
so
Yeah.
it looks so crunchy and
It does look
Feudum
very
is
crunchy.
amazing.
Hey,
You
it
shut your
probably is.
mouth.
It probably is. I've heard good things,
wanna
but
play
man, that cover, man.
I
love
I
it.
just,
Ugly.
I love it. I love it.
I think one of the things we've all kind of touched on it a little bit, but me and Katie kind of buy the games that our friends want to play.
Yeah.
We're kind of like the game group hub, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll buy a game if I think it's more likely to get played by my game group.
Absolutely.
So it may not even
Sure.
be a game that I want to play. Like, I would love to play Lisboa all the time. That's not going to get played all the time. So, you know, I'll buy Cat Lady because I know it'll go well with my game group.
Yeah.
And it's worth the $20 that I spend on it because it'll get played.
Yeah, you get
So
play with your
that's
friends.
kind of a
Yeah.
And
a thing
they'll
that I think
have a
about
good
too.
social experience with it.
Yeah.
I'm luckily
yeah.
not as backed into that corner because these two people kind of fulfill that accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Hey, on a side note, if you want to play Lisboa some weekend, you let me know and we'll set something up.
All right.
if
I
you want to
will
play
for
with
sure.
someone other than Bob,
Anybody else besides?
No, probably not. You're gonna be stuck with me.
Any other
all you
takers?
can do is try.
Anyone?
Anyone? Anyone?
I mean, just looking. No, but I've definitely bought games that like I know my wife will play.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And that may not have been like top of my list. But and there was, I mean, just because like, oh hey, like sometimes we get games from board game companies, you know, hey, review this. Like Blank Slate, again, I know I said it earlier. That's one I would have totally missed.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
missed, but we played it so we could review it, and I'm like, well, holy
This is
cats,
fucking cool.
this is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
But you know, also like road tripping, right? That's
Yep.
not like the heaviest game, but
No.
that game's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a bunch of fun.
And a good story to tell, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we came out with, you know, you come out with good stories
Good
from
little
that.
party game. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think all everybody's going to have their own criteria of things that bring
some
value.
similarities, but then some things that we specifically would look for.
I mean, I love games with fantastic miniatures.
Yeah.
It happens.
I love fancy bits.
So
you know?
so do you, I think.
Yeah, you're a
Oh yeah, I
beast
love
guy.
miniatures. Like
Dogs of
The
War.
Godfather, so good.
Yeah.
It is
I have
good.
some games with miniatures. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I
I
think I
played
saw that video.
Zombicide. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Played it, but did you like it? That's the difference.
I played it.
What edition did you play?
Very
Plague?
first one.
Yeah,
First edition of Descent.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
why no
yeah,
one
no,
likes,
yeah.
no one
You need to
likes
try
it.
Journey in the Darkness on the Descent. That was a lot of fun. And the Black Plague Zombicide is the best version so far.
I don't know if I need to try.
Right.
You should give it a
When
shot.
you have the
should give it a shot.
opportunity.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
They are much better than their
They are
previous
much better.
versions.
Yes.
Right. But there are some games, right, that like I don't know why I just always have a fantastic time playing a game like DC Deck Builder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the theme is integral to the game. I guess like Dark Knight, like that or Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metal.
Yeah, Dark Knight's
That
Metal.
was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, that one, the theme actually kind of applies
Mm-hmm.
and comes through. But that is a game, and I don't know if it's because of like my roots in playing like Magic and things like that.
Sure, yeah.
But that is a game that I am always excited to play and always have a good time, even if I get my butt kicked. This doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I love playing every single time. I invite my friends over, and then I stomp them because
Yeah.
like they
I
have
got every
no
card
idea what they're
memorized.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like me in Race for the
Did
Galaxy.
you just play back a recording of me speaking?
I've been working on it for weeks.
Yeah. That's all he's been doing.
Oh, you
Yeah,
haven't
go
been
play that one
sick.
with me.
You've just been working on flattery.
Impersonation.
Thanks,
Trust
sir.
me,
Yeah.
trying to impersonate you makes me sick.
But that is a game. I don't even know what the tangible thing to put my, to point at and say,
Right.
this
Sure.
is the game.
Right.
That-
yeah, it
that-
just clicked for you.
It
Yeah.
just clicks. I mean, I'm fine. It's comic books. I read comic books.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, I think it's a lot of the things that you mentioned kind of all together, right? IP, gets to the table easy.
Yep.
You things like enjoyable stories when you walk away.
Right.
It's all those little things compiled for you that you.
And I need to crack open my version and play it. I haven't yet because I haven't sleeved it yet. But the ICP.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I got
yeah.
one too. I picked one up.
is
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very
Mine is
similar.
sleeved already.
So was mine actually.
Nice.
It's a very similar mechanic, right?
Yes.
I mean,
As someone who doesn't love DC Deck Builder, like it's not a bad game or anything. I just
Sure.
don't love it as much as you and stuff. I just really loved the ICP game for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean,
There's something about the slightly different mechanics.
I think they just nailed a balance too,
Yeah.
in there. Like
The different factions and
because
things.
I
haven't played
know
that one either.
I know
Don't play
little
these
to
things with
nothing
me.
about the IP, but
it was
sure.
just during that one game night thing.
yeah, friends
I mean,
and family.
Friends and family thing.
No, I think he was there but had to leave, right?
Oh,
No,
did
did
you show up to the board game mechanics?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
I
he
had
was.
to-
He
I
was
was
there at
late.
the end. Yeah.
Oh, you showed up late. So you
That's
play
what
like
it was,
Mask of the Red Death and
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
had to miss that one.
But again,
There was-
go on.
I literally care about theme not at all. But
Yeah.
if it comes to a game that has to do with a band or music,
Yes.
that's my jam.
Do you know-
I will
Yeah.
find
You know
those
it's called a
games
theme.
down.
Do you know
that
I
that's a
will hunt
theme?
them down and pay a lot of money.
I don't know if you know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but sometimes though, because I listen to your show, art and stuff really does impress you and draw you in, right? Because like Mask of the Red Death.
I mean, I have eyeballs. I like that.
Sometimes I wonder.
I'm not going to pay extra for it, and it's not going to make me dislike a game if
Right.
it doesn't have it.
Sure. Yeah, not a deal breaker, right? But if,
Nah, not a deal
it's a
breaker.
nice bonus if it has it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good way to put it.
I probably love some games more
Because of their art.
of the aesthetic. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
brings
I
you in.
agree. I'd give it that half point. Half point for dual layer player boards, half point for good art.
Right.
you know?
Right. But like Oceans is a beautiful game.
Yes.
Like looks really nice out, like spread
Right,
out.
like if Oceans was the exact same game, but like some toddler drew all the art for you and like all the pieces were cut out of cardboard, it'd be the exact same game, but you wouldn't play it as often.
Yeah.
You know, like
Not
that's
as
just
nice to look at.
yeah, that's just
Jason might. Well,
No, I actually don't like that game.
you don't know.
well, whatever. the analogy stands.
That's awesome.
We should get a preschool class to make Jason a copy of Brass,
Right.
and then he can play that version.
I thought he doesn't like brass.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes
I
old
love
Brass.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that
Old
like the
Brass.
version that's already out, like the preschool version? That's the one I have, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want
Preschool.
the iron clays
Right.
and the.
Right.
He doesn't want
I
anything
know
that looks
that.
nice. You know.
So wait. I just want to pose a very hypothetical situation. What if Jason on your doorstep? This is not happening from me, by the way,
Right.
because I would buy it for myself first. But what if on your doorstep a deluxeified edition of Brass landed on your doorstep? You paid $0 for it, so it's on your shelf. and somebody's like, I really want to play brass. Which
Which
version?
one do you grab?
Which version are you pulling off the shelf?
I would grab the new one because I'm not a savage.
He's like, just in case anybody out there wants to know, my address is.
All you got to do is join the Riveted. You know,
That's
hit
right.
Jason up. He'll give you all the details of where to send.
Where to drop that box off at.
Yeah, exactly right.
P.O. box. Yeah.
Exactly right. And if you find the ICP expansion, he's waiting for that as well.
Oh, there's an expansion too.
Yeah. That is impossible to find.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Have you played the expansion, or are you just aware of it?
No, it's like the Holy Grail. You're not gonna find that thing.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they re-release it.
Well, I keep checking their website because the original version of the game comes into stock every couple of months.
Off and on, yeah.
And you would think, like, okay, so they'll do this with the expansion.
So far, not so much.
Apparently, they don't like money.
Oh, they like
Yeah, they like money.
Or they just like having something exclusive out there.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you got to go to like one of their shows or gatherings
Yeah.
or something to get it.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're-
they do that. I'll try.
we know. We'll send you.
Yeah, I'll let Jason know too. So if if I hear another gathering of the Juggalos going on, maybe we can hit it up.
Oh, 100%. I'll buy one from you for sure.
You got to get Katie
You realize
to go.
it's more than $5.
Worth it.
Yeah, there we go.
$7. $7.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah,
the
sure.
I
whole-
think so.
What about? I'll look at this camera. What about you guys? What's your number one? What's your number 7 thing you look for? Those are the only 2 I care about.
Yeah, the other ones don't matter.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to list in the comments 1, a bunch of blanks, and then 7.
But those blanks need to be real things.
Yeah, real things. They just don't count.
Dan will know. He goes through your trash.
Wow.
I don't know. It sounded good.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So let us know. Hit us up on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Reach out to us.
All the things.
Find the board game mechanics on Facebook and join the hashtag
The Riveted.
The Riveted. They got you guys have an awesome community over there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
totally
a good
jealous
group.
of it. It's a super
Yeah.
nice group.
We were going to call it Pound the Riveted, but it didn't have the same ring to it. So hashtag works.
I think hashtag is better.
It is.
Yeah.
Because somebody just shows up and like punches you in the
I
face.
was going to call it Tic-Tac-Toe the Riveted. That's what I usually call it.
No.
Look at that. Look at that. Just crickets.
Yeah.
Just crickets.
Hopefully, Jeff.
What's
will
a
put some of
4th
those
thing
in.
that thing could be called?
Crosshatch.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that too.
You just sit over there quietly and think about that. Okay?
Number
For the rest of the
Dude,
show.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
For the rest
Yeah.
of the show.
Think about what you've done.
But so yeah, thank you, Jason, for coming on
Yeah.
and putting up with us.
Good to see you again.
for a day.
Good to
But,
be on, except for hanging out with Dan. But
Checks
everyone
out.
else was cool.
We tried to get you on last week when he wasn't here, but it just didn't line up.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, we had like a 2-week window. We totally
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah, we totally missed out. Yeah.
Oh well, nobody's perfect, especially not Dan.
We missed you, Dan.
Yeah.
Shut up, Spencer.
Watch the show.
But yeah, so please check them out. They're pretty okay.
Yep. It's a fun podcast. Yeah.
A ton of videos on YouTube.
Well, and doing their top 150?
No, 100.
100.
Well, I heard you talk about your 150 through whatever, too.
The videos are from 200 to 101, and then we're doing the podcast 100 to number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I die a little bit inside every time one of like my top 20 games is like in their 90.
Yeah.
You know?
And 187,
Yeah.
Tim's favorite game. Like, oh. Cthulhu Wars. Yeah.
Oh, that's not even on there.
Oh, dude.
That's like
yeah, it's not even-
1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's great.
This is actually a good time to start listening, right? Go back a couple weeks, jump on that 100,
Yeah.
and then start going through.
Yep. Yeah, and that way you can also see if your board game taste line up with theirs, so you know whether you want to listen to their reviews or not, or be like, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't, but
Yeah.
But
Neither do we.
Jason cranks out a ton of videos.
Yeah.
you
Too
know,
many.
all I'm jealous of your output. I love
Yeah.
it. I think it's great.
I have a work from home job, so that allows me a
Helps to
little more
facilitate
time.
that's
that for sure.
And you've got a wife that plays a lot of games with you,
Which is also
that helps.
awesome.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
True.
It takes a little bit of more negotiating for me.
Right.
There's a lot more negotiating for me.
Yeah.
I can do what I want. I know.
Oh, I got you! Caught me a big old fish.
Yeah, you did.
Straight up murder.
But anyways, also check out our other channels on Game Talk Network. We've got the Pokemon Rundown, MTG Rundown, and the Minis Rundown.
Yep.
So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And don't forget to check out our giveaway on Gleam. We'll be sharing all of those on our social medias. You can find them on Jason's. You can find them on ours.
Yep. Once it's all active, there'll be links in the description for all this stuff, of course.
Yeah, I think it goes active on 12/7.
12/7.
What a weird way to say that.
Yeah.
December 7. You that aren't Dan.
So it will be active for one
out.
day or the day this drops, like right one or the other, right around there. So because we're filming right now on 12/5.
Whoa, dating us.
Yeah.
12/5. I would never date you. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And for the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Spencer.
I was Dan.
And I'm not for the board game rundown, but I'm Jason.
We had you today,
Almost
though.
had him.
We had you today.
Like the preschool version? That's the one I have, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want
Preschool.
the iron clays.
Right.
And the,
Right.
He doesn't want anything that looks nice, you know.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.